the sound of my voice, clap for the sound. Boys and girls, good morning. It's wonderful to see you. First grade, it's wonderful to see you too. Family and friends, thank you for coming to today's special assembly. In a moment, I'm going to introduce Mrs. Haru, who's going to tell you a little bit about the wonderful songs Mr. Benjamin and the first grade teachers have been working on today. But I want to remind you to stay tuned after today's assembly because we'll be doing some Leaves in the Forest of Virtue for some of our students today. Without further ado, let's welcome our presenters and give Mrs. Haru a round of applause.
Thank you everybody for coming. We have a really exciting assembly today. We did something a little bit different, and we wanted to give Mr. Benjamin some credit for the awesome stuff that he does in music with our students. So we are doing a really cool assembly, and we owe all the credit to Mr. Benjamin because they are songs that they practiced in music, okay? And they learned them from Mr. Benjamin, and then we practice them a little bit in the classroom and at home too. So we have 3 really, really exciting songs, and Mr. Benjamin will tell you what they are. All right, so thank you, Mr. Benjamin.
In fact, some of you that are in the audience know these 3 songs because you sang them all too. The first one we'd like to do is called Ready to Start the Day. Before I introduce the second song, I'd like to introduce a couple of parents from the first grade that are joining us and our musicians. Mr. Kasarjian is Jake's dad, and Mr. Hart is Quentin's dad. And they've been coming to music class and helping me in the classroom and getting it organized with all the recordings that we have. So the second one we have, because we've been observing Veterans Day this week, that we want to do a Veterans Day song called 1111. And the last song that we're going to perform is a favorite of all the grades, and it's called Chicken Rap.
Mr. Benjamin. Thank you to our parents. Thank you to Quinn. You guys did an excellent, excellent job. Can we have one more round of applause? Brooke, and Mikey, and Alice, and Bridget, and CJ. Okay, all right. My 5 friends are receiving a leaf today. Everybody deserves a leaf, especially after that awesome performance. But Brooke today is receiving her leaf. I have nominated her for patience and for kindness. And I believe that Brooke definitely deserves recognition because she is such a kind friend and she is a very patient first grader. She's an amazing example of how someone should wait their turn, do things in a calm way, and take their time with their schoolwork. Brooke has a positive attitude when it comes to everything. She uses very nice manners and kind words with her friends and with her teachers. I'm very proud of her role model behavior and her great work ethic. She is so sweet. Okay, my friend Mikey today is receiving his leaf. Michael, I'm so sorry. Michael is receiving his leaf today for patience and fortitude. And I am giving Michael a leaf for patience because he is always very excited to share what he has learned about, but he has learned to do an awesome job waiting his turn and being patient when it comes to sharing some of that enthusiasm. Also for fortitude, because he has a very strong work ethic. Mikey always gets his work done. He's always doing the right thing. Michael always gets his work done. He's always doing the right thing. And he has learned to really go with the flow when it comes to everything. Right, Michael? All right. Congratulations. My friend Alice is receiving. Her leaf today. She is receiving it for perseverance. That means when you try and you try and you try and you never what? Give up. For perseverance and for optimism, for that incredible smile that she has been wearing for about 3 weeks now. And we think that in Alice's birthday month, something magical happened because November is her birthday month. And she just decided to buckle down and do her best when it came to everything. Her reading has soared. No more, but I can't read, but I can't read, but I can't read, right? And it's always, I can do this. I can do this. And she loves to show us how proud she is of herself. And we are so proud of her every day. And it has been amazing to work with her. Nice job. Come on over, Bridget. Bridget is receiving her leaf today for patience and for fortitude. And fortitude, for those of you that don't remember, is when you also work really, really hard. Exactly. When you work really, really hard. And Bridget, I never, ever heard a complaint come out of Bridget's mouth. She does everything that she's supposed to do. She is not afraid to ask for a little bit of help if she needs it, but she is doing an amazing job at just settling in, working on her own, knowing the right thing to do, and her patience is unbelievable. I have made so many examples of Bridget doing the right thing at the right time and being nice and patient when a lot of people were not being patient, right? And when maybe Bridget, everybody was excited about something, and I think Bridget was excited too, but she was able to contain herself and know that there was a time to get excited and a time to just keep doing the right thing and being an awesome role model. And Bridget does that all day, every day. I love it. Nice job. CJ
today. He is also receiving fortitude for working really hard, and CJ is also getting recognition for friendship. CJ deserves recognition because he is an incredible role model in so many ways. He could have gotten a leaf for anything. CJ is a great friend. He's kind to everyone. He is careful with his work. He's patient with his friends, and he always manages to make the right choices in any situation. It's amazing to see the way CJ takes things in stride. He never let the little things bother you, right, CJ? Very, very brave. Never lets the little things get to him, and I don't think I've ever seen you be frustrated or upset, and he just works so hard, and he keeps going and going, and he's got such a wonderful, positive attitude and great sense of humor. Nice job. All right, Mrs. Betty.
First, I'd just like to thank Mr. Kasarjan and Mr. Hart again for coming out and doing this business. And can I have my friends? You know who you are. Ava, Finley. Where's the, oh, there he is, being patient. Awesome. And before we give these to these lovely first grade friends, we have one for Mr. Benjamin. So if Mr. Benjamin would mind coming up. Mr. Benjamin deserves a leaf in the forest of virtue today from all of us first graders in Mrs. Betty's and Mrs. Haru's class speaking for justice. Because he is, the students came up with all this too, by the way. Because you are fair, and you are kind, and you help us learn songs. You're generous with your time, because we know how busy you are with the play and all the other different things that you do, but you still take a lot of time for these wonderful students, and especially for getting the assembly together for us. And we just all love you very much. So thank you, Mr. Benjamin. And now Eva Roberta is getting a leaf in the forest of virtue. Justice also, because in every single day, in every single way, Ava Roberta is compassionate, which means you are kind to your friends, straight from her heart. She always does the nicest things for everyone. She helps people without being asked. When anyone asks her for anything, she's right there to help them, right? You are sincere, and you are a joy to have in your class. Love having you. Awesome. This is Kinley Sparks, and Kinley is getting a leaf in the forest of virtue for temperance. Because Kinley has amazing, wonderful manners. She has good manners all the time. She is extremely patient. She is very organized. She is also a joy to have in class. We love having Kinley. Awesome job, Kinley. This is Theo Yetman, and Theo is getting a leaf in the forest of virtue for fortitude, because he works so hard and he never gives up, right, Theo? You are such a hard worker. He has courage to try new things. He always makes good choices, always, right? And he has consistent effort in everything he does. He's amazing, and he always has a smile on his face in class every day, right? Yeah. Awesome job, Theo. This is Nicholas Evanchuk, and he is receiving a leaf in the forest of virtue for justice. Yes, because he is super helpful. Nicholas takes on every classroom responsibility without being asked, right? You always figure things out, what's missing, what's in the wrong place, and you straighten it out, you help people. He knows where everything goes, I said that already. If somebody's lost something, he can find it, right? Yes, and he's a great friend. And he always helps with a big smile, too. Awesome job, Nick. patience. She always acts the right way at the right time. She is sweet, caring, and courteous. Okay? Yes, she is. She is awesome. Great job, Kate. This is Evangelina Shavik, and she is my pal. And she is getting a leaf today for justice because she is kind, caring, helpful. Evangelina is always helping someone. She's amazing. She looks out for everybody's well-being, including mine, and she does it with respect and kindness for everyone every day. And she, you want to sing a song for your mom? She wants to sing a song for her mom. Go ahead.
The boots are made for walking, and that's what they do. Do, 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 do.
Nice job, first grade. Awesome. Hi, guys. Awesome. Hello. Awesome. I have 5 friends from room 7 receiving their leaves today. My first friend is Lauren. Lauren, you're receiving your leave today for temperance. You know what that means? For your patience and your self-control. Are you a patient friend in kindergarten? Always doing the right thing? And Mrs. Sharon and I can always count on you to always be doing the right thing, following all the rules. And I also put on here that you're very responsible and you know when it's time to work and when it's time to be silly. Because do we like to be silly in our class? Yes, but not when we're supposed to be doing our work, right? And you always know when it's time to be silly and when it's time to work. That's awesome. And also, are you one of the best helpers? Yes, every day, you're always helping. And I don't even have to ask you for your help. You just go right over, help your friends clean up, even if you haven't played there. And it's not because you're looking for anything, you're just doing it because you know it's the right thing to do, right? Awesome job. We love having you, Lauren. Nice job. This is my friend Sam. Sam, you're receiving your leave today for prudence, for making wise choices, and for integrity. That's a big word. You know what that means? It means you're true to yourself. You always think first about what you're doing, which is very hard to do sometimes. And you're another friend who's always doing the right thing. You always make good choices. You know to follow the rules all the time. You're fair. You're honest. And you're always thinking. You're always thinking of what you're supposed to be doing, what the right choice is. You're thinking of others. You know that it's good to share and to be kind to people. And you're just always thinking. And that can be very tough to do. But you're always doing it. So awesome job. This is my friend Lena. Lena, you're receiving your leave today for 2 different things, for justice, for respect, and temperance, for patience. You are another very patient, responsible friend. I'm very lucky. I have a lot of patient kindergartners, very, very patient. But also for respect, because you're kind to everyone in our class. And I put on your leave that you are a wonderful role model for everyone in our class, always doing the right thing. And everyone in our class can always look at you and know what they're supposed to be doing. Right, friends? She's always doing the right thing, Lena? Yeah. She's an awesome friend. She's always following the rules. Just love having her in our class. So keep the great work. Thanks, job. This is my friend Patrick. And Patrick, you're receiving your leave today also for temperance, for good manners, and again for patient friends. Do you have really good manners? Always remember please and thank yous, and Mrs. Hagan loves that. That's very hard to do. It's hard to remember your manners all the time. And even like when Mrs. Hagan's passing out papers, what do you always say? Thank you. Thank you. You always say thank you, right? And please when you need something. And that's really hard, and you really already do that, so nice job. You're a very polite friend. And you're a patient student, you're responsible, and you always want to share with others. But we've been working on waiting our turn and being patient, and you're doing an awesome job with that. So nice job, Patrick. My friend Milana. Milana, you're receiving your leave today for justice for your friendship and fortitude for optimism. You know what optimism means? It means you're always looking on the bright side. And Mrs. Sharon and I were talking about the other day how you always have a very positive attitude. You always come into school happy, right, with a big smile. And no matter what happens, you can always find something good. So if something's going on, you'll say, well, we could always do this instead. Or if our friend's sad, you want to make them feel better. And you'll say, oh, it's okay. You're always happy. You're always looking at the bright side, and that's a great way to be. You're an awesome friend to every single person in our class, even me, Mrs. Sharon, right? You're doing awesome. We love having you. Keep up the good work.
Hi, everyone. These 5 friends are getting leaves from room 8 in kindergarten again. So we'll start with my friend Marco. Do snap. Come on closer, buddy. So Marco's getting a leaf in the Forest of Virtues today for honesty and hard work. Because Marco, you love to have fun and play with your friends, right? And be kind of silly. It's fun, isn't it? We love to be silly in our class, right? But you have been working so hard at knowing when it's time to sit down and listen and do your work, right? And then you know now what time it is to play and be silly, right? You've been working so hard at that, and I'm so proud of you for doing that. And when I ask you how you think you did during the morning when you're sitting on the rug, did you do a good job? You're always very honest with me, or you tell me, yeah, I did a really good job, and you're always really honest and tell me the truth about what you think about that. And I am so proud of you for that. Keep up the great work in kindergarten. Olivia McGovern, my friend Olivia, is getting her leave for friendship. Olivia comes into kindergarten every day, don't you, with a big smile and a good morning, and she cannot wait to find some friends to get busy with and color with or play a game with. She just loves all her classmates and her friends and loves being with them. And she's willing to play with almost anyone in her classroom. She doesn't just play with certain friends. She's just a good friend to everyone. And she is a fair playmate and a caring playmate. She's very caring and kind, and will give a little back rub if someone's sad, or just always tries to cheer somebody up. So you're a wonderful friend to all your classmates. We love having you, Olivia. Great job. Here's good hug. Holly, you're getting a leave today in the virtue for kindness. You are so sweet and kind every day when you come to kindergarten, aren't you? I always hear you using kind words with all your friends. And if someone in the class is sad or hurt, she always wants to know, are they okay? And she asks them, are they okay? Or she asks me, or Mrs. Frangilla, are they okay? She's very worried about them. She's so kind about that. And if someone can't find a spot to sit on the rug, another example of how kind you are, they're kind of wandering, not sure where to go, Holly always scooches over and makes room and says, you can sit next to me. She's very kind to all her classmates, and we love having you, Holly. Great job. Christopher Theodoro is getting a leave today for helpfulness and good manners. Because Christopher, aren't you always doing the right thing when you're supposed to? He sits on the rug, gives me 5. That's our special way that we show that we're listening in kindergarten in our classroom, right? And you always clean up when it's time to clean up, and you sit down and do your work when it's time to do your work, don't you? See, and you're so helpful that way. You ask fantastic questions if you're not sure about the directions, which I'm sure a lot of your friends have the same questions, right? And I always tell you that. Thank you for asking that awesome question, because some of your other friends might not have been sure. So you're so helpful in that way too, aren't you? He uses please and thank you, has fantastic manners, and he's just a great role model for all his classmates, and we love having you, Christopher. Great job. Caroline Noon is getting a leave today for kindness, another kindness, because you're so kind to everyone, aren't you? You come in every day, and you are always using caring, kind words with everybody, aren't you? But more than that, Caroline, you're always making sure that everyone's okay, aren't you? someone's sad or upset, you always worry about them. You go sit next to them, you talk to them. You even take your hand and you rub their back, don't you? In particular, you had a friend not that long ago that was sad when his mom left. And you made sure you stayed with him until he was feeling a lot better and decided he could be happy again. And you just kept rubbing his back, talking to him, smiling. And you are just a wonderful friend to everyone. Thank you for being so kind. Mrs. Henderson.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Congratulations, first grade. That was pretty awesome. You were wonderful. You can come up if you want. I'll go up too. Okay? Aria, you're getting a leaf in the forest of virtue. You're getting a leaf in the forest of virtue for justice, but I could have given it to you for many reasons. Justice because you are a kind friend to everyone, including your teachers. You are lovely to every person in our classroom. You are kind, caring, loving. You're always concerned about all of us. And so that's one thing. But there's another reason that I'd like to give you a leaf in the forest of virtue. And that's because you are such an attentive student. Whatever we're doing, you're always attending to it. Whatever work we're doing, you're trying to do your best. You make the honest effort term available for everybody to see. You're a wonderful role model for that. You know what? Your work is wonderful. When you find something that is hard, you ask, and you're not afraid to ask. And that's a very important part of learning. So for every single solitary thing you bring to our class, especially that wonderful smile, congratulations. Michael, you're receiving a leaf in the forest of virtue for fortitude. Michael, you really try hard to work hard and stay focused on your work. And sometimes that's very hard, particularly when we have 24 other children in our class, isn't it? Right, it is, I know it, because sometimes it's hard even for bigger people. Michael, you approach all of your work with a positive attitude. You don't hesitate to ask questions, and you make sure that the directions are clear. That's especially important when you're saying, I don't get this, but this seems like it's mixing me up. You know why, Michael? Because a lot of other people in our classroom have that same feeling, and they don't say it. But you do. You're not afraid to do that. And that takes courage. It takes bravery. So congratulations. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Mrs. Henderson. I think everyone deserves a leaf for patience. You're all being very, very patient. This is the last. This is my friend Ava Remillard. And Ava, I am giving you a leaf for 2 virtues for temperance and dedication. You know what dedication is? It means you're really, really dedicated to something. You really, really work hard and focus. And what I wrote here is that you work hard at working hard. Do you? You do. You follow on, you take advice, you listen attentively. My friend Mrs. Henderson just used that word. You really focus and pay attention. And I give a lot of clues and suggest how to answer questions. Do you listen? Do you take my advice? Or I almost just push you off the stage. Do you take my advice?